This is Grade 5, Module 2, Lesson 8, and the objective is to fluently multiply multi-digit whole numbers using the standard algorithm and using estimation to check for reasonableness of the product. So in this case, we're not using the area model. We're really going to have the students stick with the standard algorithm. And my example for today is question number 1, letter G, and I have 430 times 3,064. So the directions is to estimate the product first. So before I do anything, we're going to go ahead and do an estimation. So 430, we're going to round that to 400, and we're going to multiply it by 3,000. And that's going to give us of 1,200,000. So this is what our estimate is going to be. Okay. So now using the standard algorithm, I'm going to go ahead and multiply this out. I have 3,064. This is a comma. And I have 430. Multiplying this out. So if the students are still struggling with this and they need to use the area model, that is okay. I'm trying to move the students away from using the area model. They've been using it for a few years now, and we really want them to get comfortable using the standard algorithm. When I add all these together, I have 2, 15. And I have a total of 1,317,520. So that is my actual answer. It's pretty close to my estimate, so that one is pretty good. So now I'm going to look at the next problem for my examples, and it's homework problem number 3. And it says a publisher prints 1,912 copies of a book in each print run. If they print 305 runs, the manager wants to know about how many books will be printed. What is a reasonable estimate? So they're asking for a reasonable estimate here, so that's what my target sentence is going to reflect. So my target sentence says a reasonable estimate is blank books. Hopefully the students can make a connection between the statement here, copies of a book, and how many books, that they can see that how many books is really how many copies of the books. So to find the reasonable estimate, I have 1,912, and that's for one print run. So I need to multiply that by 305 because the question is saying that it's 305 runs that we're actually doing. So the reasonable estimate for this is going to be rounding this to 2,000. And I'm going to multiply it by 300. The reasonable estimate is 6, and it's 600,000. So that's the reasonable estimate. That's really all the question is asking you for. I am going to take this a step further, and I'm going to find exactly how many books will be printed. So I'm multiplying 1,912. 305. So my question's already answered, but I'm going to go ahead and do the math for this anyway. It's just some extra practice, not a big deal. And as you can see, it's very important that the students know their facts. I have my students constantly practicing their facts. It's kind of a skill that they lose, especially over the summertime. So the actual number of books would be 583,160. So this is the actual amount. I'm going to write that here. Again, this was helpful to have my target sentence because you're looking for the reasonable estimate, which is 600,000 books.